Hello you rad people and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Adam, I'm the MT Rad Dad, and today we're checking out the VIVI, I think is how you pronounce it, Ace 01 e-bike. VIVI Bikes did send this over to me for me to check out and unbox and build and do a little review on, so let's get started. It's nice to see that they did use the Big O staples on the box, help keep it closed. So inside, there's actually a ton of nice packaging, like a lot. Like that's good stuff. This is a pretty big box. Let's go about this a little bit differently. We're just gonna cut the side of the box open and drag this thing out. As you can see here, this bike rocks a fat tire. So it's a 26 by 4.0 tire, which has a ton of air in it right now. Looks like they did have some nice padding here to protect it. This one is intact. This one definitely got crushed a little bit, but everything looks fine. There we go. Oh boy. Whew. There's a lot of protective padding on here, which is good to see. It's time to get all this protective padding off so we can start building this thing up. There's actually a lot of good padding on here, which is nice to see. It's gonna help keep the bike from getting damaged in shipment. As you can see, I went with the blue colorway, which is pretty nice. It's like a flat, I don't know, Austin, what would you say? What kind of blue is this?
More, like a dark blue almost?
Kinda. I would say it's almost like a darker sky blue, if I had to say guess. This down tube is huge, and that makes sense because it does have like a 720 watt-hour battery inside. So that's a lot of battery fit inside there, and you can see it's chunky.
Up front, there is a 100mm coil fork, and it does actually smooth out some of the bumps fairly well, but it's not huge. These coil forks are typically really heavy.
Nice to see that they had the brake calipers covered up so that the rotor, the brake pads don't get contaminated. That's nice to see. Oh, it's got a kickstand. All right, so here's our seat posts and our seat. Let's take a look at this thing and get it installed. I'm assuming it's going to be more of a comfort style because of the bike. Let's see. Yeah, big fat cushion. Quick release, nice and easy. Just slide that thing in there. Oh, how tall is this? All right, in our box, I'm assuming we're going to have some tools, instructions, some pedals, and the charger, and bike bell. Check out our toolkit. With the Allen keys that we need. Screwdriver that's reversible. That's kind of cool. And here I'm assuming the charger, which I am correct. Instructions actually appear to be pretty good, but because I have built numerous bikes myself, I probably won't look at this too much, but that's just me.
So if you're going to be building up this bike, you do want to remove the stem plate by removing the 4 bolts that are on it. So as I was actually installing the handlebars, I made a little bit of a mistake. You do actually want all the cables to run underneath the handlebars. And to put the handlebars back on, you put the faceplate on and tighten up the 4 bolts that are on the front.
So you do actually need to loosen up this top stem cap bolt so that way you can turn your fork around, because otherwise it's backwards. Now we're going to actually remove this safety piece in here. This is mainly just for shipping.
Now before installing the wheel, we do actually have to remove the brake pad's little spacer so that we can fit the rotor in there. Now also, before we can actually put the wheel in, we do need to remove the light and flip it over onto the top of the crown of the fork, so that way we could actually fit the wheel in here.
All right, let's get this front fender installed with the new light. I'm gonna pull off this tab. All right, we're gonna connect with the fender. Now, these are the stock pedals. I probably won't run these too long. I'll probably put some nicer pedals on this thing. They're just standard sheet pedals, kind of run of the mill. It is nice that they're labeled so you have left and right, so you know where to put them pretty easily. Now, ideally, you want to put some grease on here, but because I'm just doing this real quick and it's hot, I'll put grease on the proper pedals when I get them.
Now you do actually need to plug in the headlight here using this red connector, and then you also need to plug in this green connector as well. Now one thing you do want to make sure is that your handlebars are straight with your tire, and then you can tighten up everything. Well, building this up was fairly easy. I did have to refer to the manual just a couple of times, but it's fairly easy. It's nothing too difficult. I'm sure a lot of people can do it with all the tools that are included. So I've actually been riding this thing back and forth to work as a commuter bike, and it's a round trip of about 24 miles, and I've been using it on the throttle mode, mainly with the full assist at level 5, and I've actually been able to do the ride and still get home with 2 bars left, and that's not even with charging it during the day while I'm at work. So I gotta say, the battery life on this is actually really impressive. One thing that was nice to see is that it does actually come with a Shimano drivetrain. While it's nothing fancy, it is a 7-speed drivetrain, so you are going to be able to have some ability of actually shifting gears. Back when I had my Ride 1-Up Roadster, that thing was cool, but with it being a single-speed belt drive, it was kind of lacking on being able to take off, and it wasn't as nice as having the gears. Fully charging the battery is going to take about 4 to 6 hours according to VIVI. I haven't really tracked it, but that probably sounds about right for given how big this battery is. So VIVI does state that this has a 750 watt brushless motor in the hub, providing a speed up to 25 miles an hour. That is true. Actually, if you go into the settings, you can actually unlock it. The default speed is 22 miles an hour, but it's pretty easy to swap it over to 25 miles an hour. One thing that actually has been quite a big highlight of this bike is the brakes. It does come stock with hydraulic disc brakes with some large rotors, and it actually does a pretty good job of slowing you down and coming to a stop. The grips on this bike are actually more of the ergonomic style, where they have the big rests that you can put your hands on, and they're actually pretty nice to ride with.